Hey guys, Harrison, I'm back at it once again with a brand new video for you, and welcome to episode 7 of our Gran Turismo 6 Let's Play. First time I've played the game since the new version 1.05 update which came out the other day. Nothing too major here really, I think it's more to do with online. I don't think anything's really going to affect our Let's Play too much. I believe the number 1 in the corner above our credit count is the login bonus, the number of days you logged in into a row, I think. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I'll find out tomorrow when I record the next episode. So, in case you didn't see the last episode, we just unlocked the 4th tier of the Goodwood Festival of Speed events, so let's check that out. Apparently it's a supercar special. And the first up is this Alfa Romeo Tz3 Stradale from 2011. This car is a special model designed to commemorate the 90th anniversary of body designer Carrozzeria Zagato. I think that's how it goes. And the 100th anniversary of Alfa Romeo, and is based on the Alfa Romeo racing machines of the 1960s. Only 9 of these ultra-rare collector's items will ever be built. It reminds me of the Alfa Romeo that I saw on Top Gear a couple of weeks ago. I can't remember the name, but it looks stunning, and it was one of the most beautifully shot car reviews I've ever seen on any platform. Just brilliant stuff. Yeah, just really good stuff all around. But yeah, I mean, who saw Australia's qualifying this morning? Holy crap! What a way to kick off the season. I mean, so much to talk about where that's concerned. So don't mind me, this is going to be in the background as I talk about Formula 1's qualifying for a little bit. I mean, just when you thought the form book was in, pretty much, it starts to rain during Q1. And as a result, we had all kinds of crazy stuff like Kamui Kobayashi making it into Q2 with Caterham. And Caterham have looked awful all weekend, and all of a sudden they busted that out. Poor old Max Chilton was about I think was 200 short of a Q2 spot for the first time in his career. So Chilton was a bit unlucky as well. The Lotus looks totally awful. This race is a test session for Lotus, I think, for more than anything else. I don't think anybody knows what's going on down there. Grosjean looks really frustrated. I do feel for Grosjean a lot, because I think Grosjean was owed a decent car this year, and it's like he's been given a donkey. Wow, first time, nice. The Alfa Romeo handled really well, actually. But yeah, it's one of those things where the Lotus looks really bad, Mauritia are still kind of at the bottom. Caterham did pretty good. Yeah, to get a car into Q2 was probably above their expectation, especially going via their practice runs where they were on track for a very small amount of time. I don't know what happened to Esteban Gutierrez either, when it came to him getting knocked out in Q1, and I think is starting from the back anyway because of a gearbox change. Then in Q2, Raikkonen bins it. Sebastian Vettel has his lap ruined by that and a combination of a software issue with the engine. And as a result, Vettel gets knocked out in Q2. We'll start from 12th as we take out the Lamborghini Countach up next. Let's read this out real quick. The car used here is perhaps one of the most people imagine when they hear the word supercar. Its vertically opening glowing doors, the eye-catching wedge-shaped body, and jaw-dropping engine output of nearly 380 brake horsepower stunned the world when it was first unveiled. Now it's your chance to take to the track behind the wheel of one of the most famous cars of all time. But yeah, I mean, I think Vettel had a mechanical problem. I believe it was an engine software problem. And in general, I just don't think Vettel was as comfortable out there as Ricciardo was, which we'll get to in a minute. Raikkonen, again, I think Raikkonen struggled all weekend for pace compared to Alonso, who I think has looked much more comfortable with the Ferrari so far. And yeah, interesting. I believe Red Bull are an interesting case. I think a lot of people thought Red Bull were going to be struggling this weekend. when, if anything, Daniel Ricciardo's front row proved they do have pace, which is a warning shot considering how many people, a lot of people, the majority, thought Red Bull were a long way back. As I get DQ'd there. A lot of people seem to think Red Bull are a long way back, and it already looks like they're less than a second behind the front-running Mercedes at the moment, which is a good sign. If Renault can get their engines together and can get it near to what Mercedes are producing, then they've got a real good car on their hands, because chassis-wise, that Red Bull looks really solid at the moment, and they were running pretty well without any real reliability problems. I mean, Vettel's had a couple of niggles here and there, but nothing that's going to break a dude's race. Yet. Whoa. The problem is that Red Bull still haven't actually ran a full race simulation yet, so who knows what will happen tomorrow morning, but it's certainly intriguing. But yeah, how about Kevin Magnussen in 4th place as well for McLaren? A brilliant drive from the rookie. Jensen couldn't get a decent lapping because of the yellow flag situation with Raikkonen's crash. He'll be starting 10th after Bottas is also taking a 5-plate screw drop due to a gearbox change. So it's Button 10th, I think. Can't remember who's 11th. I think it's Raikkonen 11th, Vettel 12th. So watching those guys potentially fight from the middle of the field will be quite fun to watch as well. It might start some of the Vettel detractors say, no, he can only win when he's at the front. Let's be real here, I don't think Vettel's winning anything tomorrow, but because I think Mercedes has just looked too good. But, oh yes, just got it. Nice. 52.970. Beautiful stuff. But Kevin Magnussen, what a performance from the young man. Scandinavia have got some drivers going on there again. I mean, holy crap, Magnussen, 4th place. A brilliant drive from the rookie. It's his first ever Formula 1 qualifying session, and he's pocked it on the front 2 rows. Ron Dennis was like just grinning from ear to ear in that McLaren garage, like, holy crap. He was well happy. He was over the moon with the situation. Other surprises, the Toro Rossos, my word. John-Eric Verne, a career-high 5th, and I think Daniel Fiat there in 7th. Great performance from him as well. I didn't even know his name was pronounced Fiat either. I thought it was Kaivat. Proves a little I know about Russian pronunciations. Anyway, next up, the Lancia Stratos. This car was designed by Italian manufacturer Lancia with victory in the World Rally Championships in mind. Its compact body and short wheelbase provide incredibly precise handling, which will require all of the driver's skill to control. Also, I didn't realise the payouts on this 4th Goodwood Festival of Speed are ridiculous. You're getting like 40,000 to go here. But yeah, I mean, Williams were quite disappointing. Williams, like, we know they're reliable. When it came to ultimate pace, they kind of struggled. I mean, they're down there in 8th and 9th. I mean, Bottas is going down to 13th because he took a gearbox change anyway, but that was a bit surprising. I thought Williams would be a little bit higher up. Alonso made a bad tyre choice. He thought he could get out there at intermediates at the start. Didn't quite get it. Wrong tyre choice from him. But besides that, it was a great session. The Mercedes look really, really strong for tomorrow. As long as their cars don't have any reliability setbacks, Mercs are probably going to be really fast, and they're probably going to win tomorrow morning. Hamilton was impervious. I mean, full wet. That qualifying lap was into the grass. Bit loose to Stratos' handling, let's say that. Very oversteering. But, yeah, Hamilton, whoa. Talk about pissing on the home fans. With Daniel Ricciardo thought he had it, and Hamilton on full wet sets that. I mean, holy crap. If that's him on full wet, imagine if he was an intermediate. I was going to say I felt a little bit bummed for the hometown fans cheering on Ricciardo, but then they booed Vettel getting eliminated, which as my friend Steph, aka Wingtails on Twitter, quite rightly pointed out, it's like Australia are like that bitter ex-girlfriend. Must be over Mark Webber, and you know they must have thought, well, Webber gets to shaft all the time, and it's all Vettel's fault that Webber was never as good. Well, beyond 2009 anyway. But hey, what do you do? Fans paid their money. They're allowed to do shit like that. Even if it is a bit disrespectful, they can get away with it because, you know, we paid our hard-earned money. Blah, 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 blah. Anyway, that should do it. Yep, 101's dead. Nice. It's a good time, that. But yeah, the race tomorrow, I mean, who knows? I mean, like I said on Twitter, that was one of the most exciting and yet ultimately pointless qualifying sessions that we've ever seen. Because no one knows how these cars are going to perform over 58 laps of Australia tomorrow, and nobody's come close to doing a 58-lap run or anything similar to that in practice. So who knows what happens, especially on a dry track tomorrow, if it ends up being dry, because I'm hearing there's a chance of rain tomorrow as well, so who knows what's going to happen. It's going to be fun. Ooh! As you get all golds in the 4th Goodwood section, you get the Ciezza V16, one of the more obscure supercars from yesteryear, 1994. It has a V16 engine. The engine is enormous in this thing, believe it or not. I think it's got something like 555 brake horsepower, which was insane for 1994. But yeah, there we go. Goodwood taken care of. So, let's go back to National B. We have one event to go. It's the Dgt Compact Car Championship. It's a championship series for cars 4.2 meters or less in length. Battle your way through the 3 races and earn a place on the podium. Yeah, it's a championship format for the first time we're seeing this. Just going to change the car around. We will use the Clio for this one, my upgraded Clio. It's quite fun. Limits 450 on PP. Now, I know it's kind of obvious, but just in case you don't know as well, championships are, for the most part, 3 to 5 races. Where you get points for finishing positions. I think you get 100 points for a win, then it goes 75, 60, 50, 40, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, something like that. I think as long as you finish in the top 12, you get a point. But there's only 6 cars in this field anyway, so the points are going to be quite high anyway. But yeah, you get 100 for a win. Most points over the 3 to 5 races wins the championship. First up's Autumn Ring Mini in reverse. We've done a lot of Autumn Ring so far in this game. Also, you may have noticed the game's audio doesn't drop when I talk now. I managed to get that sorted out with my Elgato, which is good news, I'm guessing. I know a couple of people mentioned that, and you know, I don't understand when it comes to these videos is that people are so nitpicky when it comes to criticism. It's like, oh, but Dre, just zoom in and get rid of the border, and I'm like, is that really gonna bother people? Like a little border, or like the little audio bits over the top, and it's like, but the excuse they come out with is that Dre, it makes your videos better, and I'm like, you made the conscious effort to watch anyway. I don't think anyone's gonna stop watching because of a 2mm border around the outside of the screen. It's just, is it really worth going to the extra length to do that? I just don't see the reasoning. It's just not worth it, love. Ugh. Tell you what, the power rankings when Dre TV comes back next week is going to be very, very interesting. I can already see Lotus dropping to the bottom. Marushi's going to jump up a couple of spots, more unlikely. Williams probably won't hang on to that number 3 spot because Williams have not had a great weekend so far. Ferrari look ropey. Red Bull are all over the place. I mean, who knows? They're going to be higher than 7, more unlikely by the time the weekend ends, unless they have a really awful spell of reliability in the race. Whoops, made a mistake there. I locked my analog stick there a little bit. But a lot of people like Andrew Benson, who took a break from being upside Lewis Hamilton's arsehole, came out and said that he reckons that Red Bull's got the best chassis in the field, but Renault's engines are the problem here, which doesn't really surprise anybody, but we'll have to wait and see. Man, I've talked a lot of Formula 1 in this video already. Yikes, I've been going for about 15 minutes. Whoa. Yeah, the whole Dre TV thing, I don't know if I mentioned this in my career mode video, but yeah, the camera I had for that video wasn't very good, and I chose to record at night, which probably wasn't the best idea in hindsight. Plus my bedroom walls are black and white, and I can't really help that. So I'll be honest, I kind of rushed the first episode. It wasn't as productive, production-wise speaking, as tight as it probably could have been, and that's on me. And I've got to try and find a way to work around the bad camera. Maybe use my webcam instead, but use it in a different way. Like maybe use the official software for it rather than using my camera, which has an awful microphone in it. My microphone in my digital camera is terrible, and what you heard was my camera's microphone with a 12 decimal boost, and it still sounded like trash. I mean, so you know, it's so yeah, I apologise for that. It wasn't as good as it could have been. And hopefully the next one will end up being a bit better. So, hopefully it won't be too bad. Okay. I've got 10.5 seconds to work with here. As we bang rubber a little bit there. This is capering, by the way. Debuted in Gran Turismo 5. This is one of those circuits that like Sony put in the game just so they can avoid being super productive and actually putting some new stuff in there. Because like Capering has like 5 different layouts. The full track in this car will probably take about 2 minutes 40 seconds. But there's like the periphery, there's the inside bit, there's the outside bit, and there's the north and the south tracks, and then the whole thing. It's pretty crazy. But I'm saying, this Clio is so much fun to drive. You can just chuck it in and it just keeps gripping. It's fantastic. I didn't get a chance to show this off on video, me upgrading this Clio, because it was in part of the taping where my Elgato froze and I lost the recording altogether. So there was nothing I could have done about it. I pressed the stop button and then Elgato freezes, stops working, and then I get really upset. I think it's just down to me having a crummy laptop more than anything else. It's still not the best. It's better than what my old one was, but it's still not the best in terms of RAM. And you know, it still has slowdown moments when you play programs. Like, for example, I have the Pokemon trading card game on my laptop, and whenever I play it, like, the rest of my laptop slows down. Yeah, I'm a big fan of the Pokemon TCG. In case you're wondering, Hearthstone as well. When I play that, yeah, my laptop slows down a bit as well. So it's not uncommon, and it doesn't surprise me too much. It's just really irritating when you record like a 45-minute episode for something and the whole thing freezes it and it's gone for good. It's really irritating. Okay, so last couple of corners here. Whoops, bit much on the speed there. Yep, simple enough. Under the minute mark? No, not quite. 1 minute dead. Yeah, if I had one more lap, I would have done it. But yeah, simple enough. Let me just accept these friend invites while I'm at it. while my controller's struggling to charge. Oh, I've still got a lot of friend invites. Yeah, for those guys that don't know, my PSN username is Harrison101HD. It's just like my Twitter name and my Facebook page. So if you want to add me on the PS3, go right ahead. I will eventually get around to accepting you. Just don't expect me to do it straight away because I don't play the PS3 that much. I got a PS3 purely for this game. Just bear that in mind. So I'm not gonna. And now I'm let's playing it. I can't really do anything with it outside of recording stuff. So don't worry. If you send it, I will eventually get around to it. I promise. It's just not gonna happen immediately. Xbox-wise, I still want to keep that list relatively short because I'm running out of room on there, and I want to save it for real-life friends and people I know well. I know you guys mean well when you want to add me on Xbox, but it's probably not, I'm probably not going to accept you unless I know who you are. So just bear that in mind. If you're just your average subscriber or fan of the show, don't get me wrong, I love and appreciate the support, I really do. It's just I haven't really got a reason to accept you, you know. Don't take that the wrong way, please, folks. I mean this in the nicest possible way. I don't mean any ill will or bad intention here. It's just Xbox. You're only allowed 100 friends, and if I accepted one person, I should accept everybody, and it's just not fair if I do that. So it really should be one or the other. In all honesty. But here's Suzuka East. It's just basically the Suzuka S's from Sector 1 of the Grand Prix track, and then it curves back on itself. I've seen this in so many racing games that have done the East version of Suzuka. Like in Need for Speed Shift 2, for example, which I played a little while ago. Shift 2 Unleashed, which was a steaming mess of a game, really. Shift 2 was a game that didn't know what it wanted to be. It's like, okay, are you a simulator or are you an arcade game? And then EA thought, let's try both. Like, I think at its core it was an arcade racer. I was like, you lose it there. At its core, I think it was an arcade racer. But they tried to put simulated elements into it by like having all these suspension settings and settings to change the cars around, and, you know, in-depth tuning and whatnot. It just didn't work. Like trust me, the more powerful cars in the game were practically undrivable. The AI in the game was awful. And, like, you meant to do the Nürburgring at night? Fuck that! Nobody wants to do that shit. Yeah, I still have the game, actually. It's just really frustrating I don't even want to play it anymore, because that game pissed me off. Did not enjoy it at all. The first shift was actually quite good, in my opinion, because it knew it was an arcade racer. It was an arcade racer, but the cars felt realistic, and the cars felt like, you know, it immersed you in that whole being a driver experience. The reward system was flawed because it was the kind of game that rewarded you for being a dirty driver. Like, it was far easier to score points driving dirty than you did driving clean, from my experience anyway. And you got to level 20 way too fast. But besides that, it was really fun. Like you leveled up really quickly in that game. Not as much as in Shift 2, because in Shift 2 you leveled up ridiculously fast. Like, the game was capped to 20 levels, and you got to level 20 after like 25% game completion. It was friggin' stupid. Like, why is that even there? Anyway, championship finished, and that is going to be all 90 stars in the National B section. Hooray! So there we go, folks. Our second tier of events is now pretty much complete. I still haven't done the coffee break stuff, but I don't really see the reason to be honest. It serves no purpose besides some really cheap credits. But yeah, here's your fancy Compact GT Championship trophy and 22,000 credits as well, which is a nice bonus. So we're back up to 300k, which is excellent. And as a prize, we'll find out in just a second here. For getting all 90 stars in National B, you get the Acura NSX. Basically, the Acura, in case you didn't know, was America's Honda division, basically. It was Honda's American division, and they did their own version of the NSX, which is just about as ugly as the Japanese version, really. From 1991. That car's nearly 25 years old. I remember growing up watching that car on TV, and I was like, I feel old just thinking about it now. Right, to finish off this section, the National A license. First up, A1, full braking into a corner. So yeah, basically it's the hairpin at the bottom of the Apricot Hill back straight. So, you know, just full braking. And, you know, just complete the hairpin smooth and, you know, fly out and take your gold medal because it's piss easy, you know. All that jazz. I've done it before. I've got a gold on here before. I barely got it. It was a 17.76, which isn't wonderful. Because I know people on my friends list are ridiculously anal with these things and are going to be ridiculously fast. I just know it. Like, I'm friends with some pretty fast guys like Chaz and Arav and ARL Cos. Just generally really quick dudes. So, you know, I'm not going to be in that same league, and if you're expecting me to be, then you probably don't watch me enough. And also in quite a powerful car, we're in this Ford Mustang, as you do. Ignore that red line, by the way, because trust me on this, you can brake later than the line suggests. I've said this before. Oh, there we go. First time, 17.6. Yeah. See, kids, that's how it's done. That was a hot lap masterclass. Arava would be proud of this. So apparently I'm 7th on my friends list for that one. So quick look here. Yeah, no surprise. Cos at the top. Bradley, we've got the former PlayStation champion there. Tom 97 flying strat there in 5th place. Little Paul 78, who I know quite well as well, is quite high up there as well. So the usual suspects, as I like to call them. I'd expect Scott Woodwiss, aka Rapid Scorpion, to be up there as well. Oops, my controller just died. There we go. Yeah, so yeah, Woodwiss is probably going to be up there, and probably Arava as well. A2, approaching a low visibility corner. So yeah, it's Paddock Hill Bend, basically, and then the hairpin, the blind hairpin afterwards at Brands Hatch. Now, this isn't really much of a test, considering we've done Brands Hatch quite a bit in the early portions of the game anyway. Because, let's be real here, Brands Hatch is not a very technical circuit at all. It's very straightforward, besides maybe the first couple of corners. It's just very high speed, and you know, as long as once you you learn the lines and you know what you're doing, it's very straightforward. Okay. Yeah, we've got to remember the loading times for this game can be very long sometimes, unfortunately. So you can tell I'm kind of padding for time a lot of the time as well. So actually, it's actually just a hairpin. I thought it was the Paddock Hill Bend as well, but it isn't that. It's just a hairpin. Oh, I clipped the cone. Ah, bugger. I must admit, the car handles a lot better than I thought it did as well. It reminds me of it is a Lotus Elise, so, you know, I shouldn't be surprised at that, really. Oh, I clipped it. Dre, you dum-dum. Come on now. I think I'm trying a little bit too hard here. Also, look how the bronze is 18 seconds. How bad have you got to be to not even get a bronze at this? Ah, too wide again. Oh, man. 3 failures on the same test. That's not good. This is National A. Like, we have full-on lap, like, full-on speed laps of tracks coming down the line. I mean, shit. There we go. Stick to the left. Boom, 13.8. Now that's how you do it, kids. First! Look at that! I topped my friends list. Take that, Bradley. Have some of that. Woo! I beat Cos by 100th. Get in there. This is going straight onto Instagram. This is the happiest day of my life. I'm so proud of myself for this accomplishment. Hell yeah. Right, A3. Consecutive corners 1. We are in the Honda Civic Type R from 2008, and it is, it's the, what's that Ben called at Spa? I'm sure somebody will film me, and I know it's got a name. It's the one from, after the chicane in Sector 2, you go down the hill and it's a long, sweeping left-hander. It's that one, but I can't remember what the name of it is. I know Eau Rouge, I know Blanchimont, I know Blanchimont's the fast left-hander at the end. I know the bus stop, and I know La Source is turn 1, so... Blah! My mind is drawing a blank. Someone in the comments will come up with it, I'm sure. Nerds! Nerds! Yeah, I'm getting my best Homer Simpson impression on here. Okay, so this again should be relatively straightforward. I think 17 seconds is the goal. I saw 16.3 to top friends list time. Yeah, 17 seconds. Nice interior though. Nice speedo. Wish all cars had that. Oh, bit understeery. Yeah, I'm gone. Yeah, bit too much speed there. Let's try that again. More braking required, I think. Here we go. There we go. Yep, got it. 16.8. See, that put me 15th. I'm right back on form now. Still, a gold is a gold. See, the first one there was clearly a fluke there, kids. Okay, 84. Combined corners 1. We are in the BRZS from, I think that's Suzuki. And yeah, we're doing the double left-hander at Motegi, turns 2 and 3. Quite a difficult corner, this one, actually. Or, you know, it's quite a difficult double apex. Like, trust me, if anyone's seen my MotoGP 13 Let's Play, you'll know that corner can be a real nightmare. If you get the line wrong, you're gonna have a very rough day, and you're gonna be on the gravel a lot. And also, we've done a lot of Motegi stuff in this game early on. I mean, Sony must love Motegi. Shit. I don't see why. I don't really like Motegi as a track. It's decently technical, and it's got a decent high speed, but I don't really enjoy it particularly. There's my Subaru there going through. Come on, game, hurry up. There we go. This thing takes forever. Okay, here we go. Oh dear. That was awful. Wow, that was pretty shambolic there, man. That first apex is always tighter than you think it is, for sure. The second one you can pretty much take flat out. Got it. 17.6. 20th on my friends list. Wow. That is awful. That is largely pretty bad. I'm slipping. I started well, but now I'm slowing down. So, one more to complete the license and this section. It is taken to the track at night. We are in the Mazda Roadster touring car for this one. And it's basically the first sector of Apricot Hill, but it's at night. Don't worry about this one too much. As just a general bit of advice, they are very generous with the time on this one. And again, don't let it fool you. The track's going to be at night when this is finished loading. But yeah, 31 seconds is the target here. But like I said, it's basically just the first sector. Use your headlights, and just try and stay, just try and make it, just try and stay fast. Really, it's the best advice I can give. It's just nice to see some of these original tracks at night, like Apricot Hill, because I've always liked Apricot Hill as a high-speed, fun, passing, overtaking track. And to finally get it at night is a nice little bonus. Headlights up. Let's rock. So yeah, 31 seconds is the target here. Wow, this car handles well. I was told you go around apparently chuck it in an awful lot, so I'm being fairly aggressive here. Just got it! Whoa, that was close. 30.97. I've had too many close shaves today. It's crazy. Man, oh man. 24 thousandths under the time limit for gold. I've actually done it faster than my first time around, but I don't care because that is now the National A license completed. Hooray for consistency. Because this is when the game starts to get a bit more fun. As you can see, there's my National A license. And for completing the license, you get the Honda S2000. One of my favourite cars ever. I love this thing. Ever since Gran Turismo 3, I've loved this car. It's fantastic. And I got it in Nürburgring Blue, which is a good colour. I'll have some of that. Also, that's not all. To quote a marketing salesman, but wait, there's more! For getting all golds, you get this! The KTM Expo Street from 2012. Remember when KTM started trying to build track day cars? Yeah, this is the baby version of that. Pretty darn cool, I think you'll see. So yeah, that'll do it from this episode. I hope you guys have enjoyed it a lot. I know it's good to be playing this game again. I've missed playing this actually because other people are asking me for other series and whatnot. Yeah, the National A Class, Lunar Exploration, and the Open Lobby are now available. In Lunar Exploration, you'll be given the chance to take the lunar roving vehicle for a drive through the Hadley Ryle and experience what it felt like for the astronauts of the Apollo 15 mission to venture outside their landing craft. In the Open Lobby, you can enjoy racing against other players from all over the world. Mind your driving manners, it's time to go global. So as you can see, the Lunar Exploration has opened up. So we'll be taking that on next time. As well as the National A section, which as you can see is massive. We have 132 stars are now available here, including Club and Cups, karting, all sorts of cool stuff. So look forward to that real soon. As well as, like I said, Lunar Exploration. We're going to the moon! Very soon. So look forward to that later as well. But until then, I've been Harrison101. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time. Sayonara.